Hi, Maggie.
There I am now.
I see you
I'm
now.
good. Did you have a nice weekend?
I did.
Good.
I was able to not work for a little bit.
Well, my grandson fell out of a bunk bed and broke his wrist,
Oh, no.
but I wasn't there. I told him he needed to change his story to something a little better than that. You know, if he got chased by a bear or a tiger or something. Somehow falling out of a bunk bed is not a good story.
Well, hopefully it's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's good.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hey, Bruce, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hold on, see if it worked.
It's not fun to open your water bill or your PG&E bill. Holy cow.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate it. See you. Okay.
So Sarah's on vacation today, so I will be playing the Zara as well. So bear with me.
Be patient, huh?
Yes, please.
Is Jeff coming today?
As far as I know, he is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to wait for him though.
No.
It's 2:00. He needs to be responsible.
There you go.
Okay. All right, everybody. Shall we begin the meeting?
Here comes Jeff.
There he is.
There you are, right on time, Mr. Cundy. He looks puzzled.
Yeah.
I didn't get the sky blue shirt memo from you two guys.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
really.
Oh, well, that's all right. Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can I have approval on the minutes? Can I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
How about a second, Jeff?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Already, I made the motion.
Maggie beat you. Sorry.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose?
Aye.
Okay, I believe we have public comment. Bruce?
Thanks, Terry. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
So I know public comment is usually 3 minutes, but my presentation's 4. Hopefully you'll bear with me on that one.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Well, for those who don't know, my name is Bruce Reisman, and I live at 619 Victor Drive. I'm 1 block north of Elliott Avenue. And I appreciate the time to give this comment and here for any comments afterwards, any questions, and I'd love to see, some sort of follow-up either now or toward the future. So I'm here to ask you to postpone the proposed closing of Elliott Avenue until a more up-to-date traffic study can be done. The residents of our neighborhood are concerned about the planned closing and fear it will negatively impact the quality of life by diverting more traffic through our small streets and making ingress and egress onto Steel Lane and Mendocino Avenue more dangerous and cumbersome. In fact, 2 of the intersections where traffic will be redirected are already considered LOSF and LOSE, the 2 worst possible ratings for an intersection. These same 2 intersections have well above average accident and injury incident rates. Closing Elliott will just make this worse. I've read the circulation study performed by W-Trans in 2019, May of 2019, and I've also spoken with Seraphin about the project. Thank you very much, Seraphin, for the time that you took. I really do appreciate it. It's my understanding that there are 2 main reasons for the proposed closing: safety and to create a more cohesive campus. To address safety first, there have been 0, I repeat, 0 incidents on Elliott in the past 5 years. So therefore, I would suggest that closing Elliott to through traffic is really not a safety concern. However, let's address other options for a moment. Speed bumps, stop signs, and sidewalk fencing are options that are not discussed in the study, yet they're all viable ways to increase safety by slowing traffic and controlling pedestrian flow. If the main driver is to create a more cohesive campus, then the question needs to be asked, is adding this small sliver to the campus more valuable than the quality of life for the residents of the 200 or so homes who live in this lovely, quiet neighborhood? I would respectfully suggest the answer is no. If you simply believe the W-Trans report on the surface, you might feel the answer is yes. However, this report was completed in 2019, in May of 2019. This was before Jeff Cundy Hall was completed, before the 100,000 square foot STEM building broke ground, and before the proposed student housing project has even started. It's impossible to determine the change in traffic flow and traffic density these major projects will create. Our little neighborhood may be terribly impacted. We think it will, and you may well think it will not. We're not asking that you get, what we're asking is that you not guess with our future and just wait a little longer and find out first. Please remember that while each student will spend 2 or 3, maybe 3 years on this campus, some of us, like me, plan to live here for the rest of our lives. This is my final home and this is my neighborhood. We also understand that the planned closing is considered a temporary pilot project, that if approved, will become permanent a year after. That will still be before the new STEM building and student housing are open to student use. So in summary, Elliott Avenue is important ingress and egress for the residents of the neighborhood, and we ask you to please reconsider your timing. We ask you to do your due diligence by waiting until you know the effects of all the new and wonderful construction taking place on the northern end of campus before final studies and final decisions are made. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Okay, Dr. Chong, I'd like to turn the meeting over to you.
Thank you. And we will be responding to you, Bruce. I appreciate, we value you as a neighbor, as a business leader, and please know that. And I'll be working with Seraphin and others to address your concerns. Okay?
Thank you very much. And just know I am, for anybody who doesn't, I'm a big supporter of the JC. I've been a member of several of the advisory committees, and I'm still right now on the advisory committee for the culinary department. And so support of the JC I'm there for. I'm just asking for proper due diligence and timing. Okay, thank you.
Fair enough. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, the end of the year occurred finally. We had a carmencement, it's called, not a commencement. We had a carmencement of over 200 cars show up for getting their diplomas. I want to appreciate Trustee Fishman, also President Battenfeld, Vice President Martinez, and Clerk Caroline Benuelos for all showing up and helping with the conferring of degrees. Students really appreciated it. It was very heartwarming, and it was great just to see people after such a long time. We are taking a very much needed break, and summer school will start around June 15th. It'll be primarily remote, except for those essential courses like at Public Safety Training Center and the lab courses, which of course will be live, and all of our medical classes, allied health classes at Race will also be live during the summer. And the plan for the fall is that we have up to about a third of our classes have been approved to go back live in the spring. And that may even change as things loosen up. You may have seen that the county for some reason has been stuck on orange. And I just saw in the news that it will continue to stay on orange until the color-coded system expires in June 15th. Okay, so Kate has been watchdogging it. I talk to her every day. I think there's a new Cal OSHA guideline about wearing masks indoors for employment until the end of 2022. I was somewhat surprised to see that, but we will be keeping you apprised of what's going on. I appreciate Heather Shariki for adhering to the mask, indoor mask requirement, and David Liebman as well, as we can see on the screen. It's been a hell of a year, of course, but there are statistics that will show that our students are resilient. We graduated over 1,700 students this fall, and we sent the largest number of Sonoma State students who have been accepted and will matriculate to Sonoma State this fall. I think it's right now the number's at 430, and that's the highest number of students transferring from the JC to Sonoma State in the history of both colleges. So that just goes to show that we're getting students through, they're transferring in, and we're very happy about that. We're also very aggressively recruiting students from high schools. We're going to be doing a lot of work with them already. And so there's a lot going on in the construction space. I really want to thank Sarah Finn and all of the facilities folks, Heather, Samita, Hank, Robin, David, and Paul, and Amy. All of you have been very, very helpful in helping us accelerate our projects as a result of the campus not having many students and faculty and staff on board. So our goal is, and I've emphasized this to Seraphin, is to try to get all the noisy, dusty, work done while people are gone, and when people come back, that all of that will be behind us. So that concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions, but I'll turn it back to Terry. Thank you.
Frank, I had just clarification. I don't know if I misheard. A third of the classes will be open in the fall, not in the spring. That's right?
Correct. In the fall, yeah.
In the fall. And the
Yeah.
second thing was the CDC said masks till the end of 2022?
That's maybe until 2022.
Oh, until 2022. Okay, all right. Thank you. I didn't hear right.
Yeah, no, I don't think I said it right, but
Okay.
but you'll get more information as you read the papers. And I don't know, Kate, do you have anything to add to what you just said? Yeah, okay.
Okay. Any other questions for Frank? Thank you, Frank. Seraphin, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. As Dr. Chung mentioned, we have had a very busy construction year. And now as the summer begins for us, we are getting ready, getting the campus ready for a fall opening. So we are quickly rushing to clean up as much of the roadways, the open walking pathways, and trying to tidy up all of our construction projects within those construction fences. So that's going to be the work that we have cut up for ourselves for this summer. We have made a lot of progress, and it's one of the silver linings of the closure and the pandemic that we've been able to accomplish quite a bit of work. So with that, we'll proceed with today's updates. From purchasing, we have a couple of projects that are out to bid right now, both for the Schoen Farm greenhouse. The installation of the building is to bid today. That will open today. And then the actual building, which is a modular building, that is out to bid. And those bids are due on the 14th of this month. We have one bid that opened last month on the 26th for the Bertolini Student Health Services tenant improvement. We had 4 bidders, with Kevin Mack Construction being the low bidder at $609,000. So this will, we are recommending for you to approve this at next week's agenda. As you can see, the budget was at 480. So we're starting to see the effect of the most current increase in prices for construction materials affect our projects. We are anticipating that this will be in effect for at least the short future, but we're definitely keeping an eye on all of our projects. But the increase in prices is definitely affecting the cost of our projects. One project was awarded from last month. That contract was awarded by purchasing to Gecko Inc. for the Lunabis mechanical improvements. And purchasing is currently getting a couple of bids ready to go out this week or next. And that's the new foundation building at 707 Elliott, as well as the third phase of Busman Hall, which includes the upgrades at the IT department area. And that's a good segue for Kevin Snyder for the IT update.
Seraphin, that was a great segue. That wasn't a good segue. That was a fantastic segue. Just a quick update. Our multi-factor authentication pilot's going really well. We're getting ready to expand it out to all of our VPN users. If you connect to our network via our virtual private network, you're going to use multi-factor. It's an extra factor, something you have, like a cell phone or an extra email address. So it's going really well. It's near and dear to my heart because that's really something I've been trying to get rolled out at the district since I got here a couple of years ago. So I'm very excited about that progress. We are still finalizing some work to get the new data center fire suppression and HVAC systems in. I saw that David is on the call. David identified an issue we've been having trying to get everything set up correctly so that we can make our final moves. And it's going to be fixed in a couple of weeks. So David, shout out to getting that taken care of and looking forward to getting that finalized, which leads me to the next bullet point that we're continuing to move our servers from the old side of the data center to the newest side of the data center. That's proceeding apace, and we're making great progress on that. And eventually we'll be able to have everything cleared out of the old area. We're getting final quotes for the outdoor Wi-Fi project. You can see the graphics here where these are the heat maps for the offices. So we're making good progress on that. And finally, we're ordering 330 all-in-one computers to replenish our old library computers, and that's going to be on next week's consent agenda. And that concludes my report, unless there are any questions.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll move on to major updates on our projects, and we'll start at Sean Farm with Paul.
Good afternoon, Board, Mr. President. I wanted to go over Sean Farms. There's a project performance stage. We are going over the utilities. We're also, as you see, the picture indicates utilities being installed. Also, we want to talk about the septic tank and the plumbing being installed. The next step will be the electrical. So we're moving forward. The schedule is about 30% complete, and we're moving forward. Thank you.
Also at Sean Farm, we are wrapping up the interior core improvements for the Porter Barn upgrades, and the produce processing facility. That building was actually delivered and erected. It's completely installed now, and the contractor is currently working on the interior finishes. Moving on to Santa Rosa campus, the central plant project, all of the fire sprinkler installation is complete inside of the Quinn Center. The central plant itself, all of the underground plumbing and electrical is complete, and they're wrapping up all of the underground installation of pipe for the geothermal water and the non-potable water along Scholar Way. That should be completed this week. The pad for the central plant building foundation will be the next item for them to work on, and the water tank foundation is complete, and that's what you see on the top right corner of your screen. The Emeritus Circle Improvement Project is complete. At next week's board meeting, we have one final change order for you to approve, as well as the notice of completion for the project. Moving on to Heather.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So you can see the aerial photo. We're making progress at the field, at the baseball field. You can see it's a slightly different color. That's because we've installed the permeable base, and the turf contractor is mobilized this week to start doing some micrograding to prep for the turf placement. The scoreboard posts are also installed, and the bleacher footings are placed. And then you can see here the softball field, all the fence posts and curbs are in, the drainage is in, And the bleacher footings are also installed at the softball field. And over, you can see a little bit of the corner of the soccer field in this photo. We are installing the irrigation main lines and the drainage there, and we'll start fence posts there this week. And then you can see the concrete slab for the field house has been placed, and we'll be erecting steel this month. And then here's a photo of the pool and the pool support building. You can see that the excavation is complete and the plumbing is also actually complete. And they are going to be starting rebar soon at the pool, and we're going to be pouring footings next week for the pool support building. For Towser, we are still waiting for approval from the state. Seraphin and I talked to our consultant with the state, and we are hoping any day now that the state is going to approve the drawings, and then we'll get started. We're about a month behind in the start date for working on construction documents, but we're still looking at this point and submitting to DSA in September.
Thank you, Heather, and then move on to Amy.
Good afternoon, everyone. The campus-wide security project, all the plans for all 3 campuses have been approved by DSA. The GMP has been approved, and the contractor, the design build contractor, JCI, started mobilizing with the Windsor campus actually today, and they will go on June 8th, starting at the Petaluma campus. The Santa Rosa campus is a bit behind. They'll begin that in September. All the equipment has been ordered, and we are starting on the programming and software upgrades. And I'm still holding on the current projection for the completion of the Santa Rosa campus is May 2022. And I have scheduled for both Windsor and Petaluma campuses to be done by the end of this September 2021. Baker Hall renovation, all the concrete saw cutting is complete, and scheduling that with the ongoing classes was tricky, but everybody pulled together and we got it done. The plumbing and electrical rough-in is complete. The exterior demolition has begun, and the AV refresh actually started today, and the project has a 9-month time frame to be complete. 707 Elliott, if you drive by, this is pretty much what you will see. The demolition is complete. The site's tidied up. We are in, the bid package is in. I'm just waiting for purchasing to give me the bid date. And I hope to start the project in July 2021.
Thank you, Amy. Back to Paul with Garcia Hall.
Yes, Garcia Hall is now under the performance stage. And the pictures you see today are dealing with the roof, the removal of the ceramic tile roof. And it is moving forward. We are about 30 to 40% completed there. And that is one phase. The second phase is the abatement. We are completing the abatement this week and also having air testing this week. So the actual inspection, or not the inspection, but in the actual construction will begin soon, probably Friday or Monday. So we are moving forward with this project. DSA's box is open, so we are very official. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. And Angela's not here today, so I'll report for her for the Lindley Center for STEM Education. Great news, the production for the vibratory stone columns, which are all the underground soil preparation work, is complete. That was completed at the end of last month. And the construction team is now moving forward to prepare for the construction of the building foundation, which will lead us to the actual building of construction of the building by August of this year. So we should start seeing steel erecting towards the end of August. They've also completed the demolition at the alternate one, which includes all of the landscaping just east of Baker and Scholars Way. And they will begin construction on that part of the project later this month. All of this work is scheduled to be completed before the fall opens, so we can have all of this cleaned up and ready to go. We have 7 items on the board for agenda next week for you to approve. We have at the Meredith Circle Parking Improvement Project, change order number 2. This will take, this again is a final change order, and we will end up with a total change order percentage of 6%. We also have the notice of completion for the project. At the Quinn Central plant, we have change order number 2 that will take us to a total of 2.2% of change orders on that project. For the microgrid project, there is equipment purchase for $190,000. And then we have the low bid for Kevin Mack for the Berlin Student Health Services Tenant Improvement Project. And we do have one small amendment for the architect for Lindley Center for STEM Education. And then change order number 1 for the Show and Farm Ag Classroom Project. This first change order will take us to 2.29 total change orders on that project. And this does conclude our report, unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Seraphin. Any questions out there?
Yeah, I have a question. I was just wondering, I sort of been waiting for the shoe to drop on the construction costs going up, but I was wondering, is there a threshold between what we budget and what the lowest bid comes in at any point that we send it out to rebid? I'm not suggesting we do that. This is about $200,000 difference.
That's a great question. And actually the way that, that is managed once we get the bids, we have to evaluate by the way, there is no threshold. However, we evaluate the situation. In this particular case, for us to put the project out to bid would not necessarily bring in lower bids. If anything, as we move forward, we are expecting to actually see higher prices. So at the moment in time, this is the best bid that we have. And so in evaluation of the entire Measure H project and what program and what has been budgeted, the recommendation is that we do proceed with the project.
Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. Does that mean we're going to have to go through anything else we put out for bid? And is this like the parakeet in the mine, so we can figure that there's going to be an increased percentage for all of the things that we budgeted for? Everything's going to cost more now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We are. One thing to point out is that, for example, the Construction Trade Center project in Petaluma, we are working with the federal grant manager to try to address those increases. We have an increase on that project. We are over budget for the same reason.
Right.
We are keeping in mind and making sure that we are not increasing the scope of the project. We are not including any extra bells and whistles. So we are working very close with the user groups to make sure that we don't have anything that is extra on these projects. The bare minimum to make sure that we're able to carry out the academic program on the facility. However, our estimates are still indicating that our projects will come in higher. So we are working with those funded sources, see if we can actually increase our donation, our grant amount. So we will come back to the board and give you an update on that as we move forward with some of this communication with both the state and the federal grant managers.
Okay, thank you. I have to ask, is my camera fuzzy just to me, or is it fuzzy to everybody else?
You look a little fuzzy.
Everybody else.
Huh. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
Good job, everybody. I think that concludes our meeting if we don't have any further questions, okay?
Good job, Terry. Thank you, everybody. Have a great summer.
Everyone.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
See you soon.
Thanks.
Bye now.